Yo,
no, I know. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. I'm like, yo, why is Dame coming at me?
We getting a round robin, man. You said what you had to say. And listen, bro, I'm just listening because everything you say is right. Let me tell you something before Larry has something to say. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Me and this is not no joke. I told, if people don't know, the reason I even started it is what it is because me and this nigga used to argue over sports for 2 hours. He finds a way to argue with me every day for 48 minutes minimum. I don't know how I get dragged into arguments every day. I'm not capping. This nigga will disagree with everything I say. Even when he realized that he's wrong, he'll find a way to make it right and himself right. So that's what I'm saying, Dame. The shit that you saying is totally off. But Larry, you got something to say about it? Because I didn't see it because I guess I don't be watching Dame because I can't watch a nigga with one eye and no teeth until he gets shit together. Maybe I'll pay some mind. But Larry, what did you have to say about this?
Man, I got a lot, but a little, because I'm like saying, you have the ultimate respect for the guy. He accomplished a lot, but then, some of the stuff I didn't like is that, some of the lies, like when him saying that I'm the reason why he got sued. I have nothing to do with the reason why Dame got sued. One of my biggest problems with Dame when I was doing business was, and I did do business with Dame. I have receipts. I paid Dame for his services, right? I think I was late one time, and he got mad at me. He's like, yo, he tried to cook. Oh man, you was late. Da, da, da. And I was only late because I was helping him with Honor Up because Lionsgate didn't give him any budget to promote unless he lied to me, right? So as a friend, I looked out and I flew his crew out to Vegas and did all of that. So that's one thing I didn't like and that's a complete lie. I can talk to Mike, and Mike is a cool dude over at Muddy Waters, had nothing to do with me. Now, what pissed me off even more is that I did a movie with Dame. I followed Dame on that path because I wanted to be in movies, and I followed him. I put up $52,000. That shit is like poof, vamoose. It left. And that's where we had a falling out, and he got mad at me on the phone because he was talking greasy to me, and I hung up on him. And ever since that point, he says I do bad business because I hung up on him. And as a man, I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me greasy. Just because I don't act like I'm tough or do this doesn't mean I ain't prepared for war. You know what I'm saying? If Dame was in my face, I mean, it would have probably been a different, because it's not cool because he talks about respect, but on that phone call, he didn't give any respect, right? So that was my way of saying, I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm a grown man. I'm not a child, especially if I'm one of your peers.
Well, listen. Let me just ask you the question so you can answer them and don't have to give a speech. The way it goes like this, if y'all don't know, you keep bringing Larry's name up, Dame, this is. He'd be like, yeah, I gave you Larry. Pause, which is crazy. Yo, first of all, Dame, you met Larry through Noriega.
Right.
So is Noriega supposed to be mad that Larry was trying to do business with Dame? So is Nori mad? Secondly, you dead wrong. So this was going on. Larry doesn't know anything about the movie business. Dame says, look, let's go 3 ways on the movie. 50,000 from me, 50,000 from Larry, not me, another nigga, and 50,000 from Dame, Larry, and Mike is the dude name.
Yeah.
Larry allocates the money to some lady that Dame tells him to allocate the money to. When Larry calls Dame and says, yo, I gave her the money, Dame said, you stupid motherfucker, why would you give her the money? She's stealing. Larry's like, yo, I don't know this lady. You gave me her number and told me to give the money to her. I don't know nothing about movies. You dumb motherfucker. Why would you say you stupid? Da 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 da. So Larry hangs up because he doesn't feel like dealing with your verbal abuse. So then he hits me and was like, yo, Cam, we not speaking to Larry. I said, why? He said, because he hung up on me. I said, bro, everybody don't want your verbal abuse. Fuck that. We not speaking to him. I'm like, that's not a good reason. The reason that I'm saying that is this, because Larry let Boogie, Dame's son, live with him for 5 years. He lived with him. When Dame, you ain't have nowhere for him to stay or whatever, I don't know what the situation is. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. If that man let your son live with him for 5 years as a grown man, you should never have no problem with him. Not only that, Larry was paying you $5,000 a month to post weed on your page. That's a lie. You ain't Snoop Dogg, nigga. You ain't Wiz Khalifa. You ain't down with the smokers. Like, you ain't one of them in the smokers unit with all the niggas who be getting high. Nigga, that's a lot of money for you just to post some weed. So he gives you $50,000 for a movie, pay you for a year straight, $5,000 a month for weed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And because you diss him for paying somebody $50,000 that he never met before, that you told him to pay, now niggas not speaking to him. When you came to Vegas before, when you ain't have to buy no hotel room, Larry gave you hotel rooms because he had comps. You ain't have to rent no cars. Larry let you hold his Mercedes truck when you was here. All type of shit. When you wrong, bro. It ain't about nothing else but being wrong, my nigga. And you've never been wrong. I've never heard you say you're wrong. I heard you say you're wrong a couple times because it was a benefit for you, but you can't admit when you're wrong. So for you trying to come at Larry, I just don't feel that's right. The man let your son live with him for 5 years. Bust this shit, son. The nigga Larry finally found a place for Boogie to live. Now, mind you, this isn't a little kid. Boogie's 24, 25, 26 at this time he's living there. Larry found a place for Boogie to live when he's getting on his own. Dame calls the nigga and says, yo, you know my son's an alcoholic. Why would you find an apartment with a bar in the lobby to let him live in there? Yo, Dame, how about come get your own fucking son? What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? The nigga, what are you talking about? He's not his guardian, he's not nobody, just a nigga that had mad love for you. Not only that, you doing all this shit when Larry is going through some personal shit at home with his family, which that's some real sucker shit because you know what he's going through in his personal life. If you got a problem with me, have a problem with me. Don't have a problem with everybody else. So Larry,
for real.
So let me clarify you, since we don't check you, or we don't. It wasn't 5 years. It was like 2.5 years.
Okay, pardon.
So that's what I'm saying. Since we don't never say nothing, we don't do that to you. We don't correct you.
We can't
talk. Correct you.
My bad.
We can't say shit.
Yeah. And I said it was 5 years, nigga.
So at the end of the day, you know, he came and stayed with us. He family to us. And he always gonna be family. I don't have nothing bad to say about Dame. Just don't lie. Don't lie. Be honest.
Dame said that you suing him right now.
I'm not suing Dame nothing.
He said that the movie never came. The movie come out now. You out here suing him, and I'm hanging out with a nigga who's suing him.
As my man British would say, show me the paperwork.
Yeah.
Show me the paperwork.
Yeah.
As my nigga British would say.
Yeah.
Show me the paperwork.
Yeah,
I ain't got, listen, I've been sued once and I won the lawsuit. I'm not suing nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting into when I was dealing with Dame. I was gambling. I was rolling the dice. I understood what it was after being around him for a while. I understood what it was. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And I thought he was going to do the right thing.
I just wish nigga bring my name up when this communication. And him and Dame made millions of money, millions of dollars together. My name was never brought up then. And you want to bring my name up? That's all. Shit. That's all I have for that. Bring my name up when it's good time.
Dame can't stand prosperity. That's what I realized about Dame. Can't stand it.
And what you mean by that?
Can't stand prosperity. The dude Mike and Muddy Waters was good. We was all on the team. We was ready to rock and roll, to do more movies, put up more bread. And instead of him just being cool and understanding what was going on, he started barking. Because, and let me clarify something else. I put up 52. Mike put up 85. Dame only had 29 in. So it was more than 150. So let's be clear about that.
But,
and because Dame,
you gotta wait for people to stop talking because you're talking over and you delay.
And because Dame didn't have enough money in, that's when he started projecting. That's the God honest truth. Because we was looking like, yo, Dame, we have another bill to pay us, 11,000. You got the lowest in. You go ahead and take care of that. I got the receipts, Cam. I got everybody I paid when he didn't pay them.
Right. Got you. Sam, what was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, people made points on the outside that could have common sense, that could see, like Wayno and Urban Politician TV. They said we wasn't talking about Dame. We just said he misfinanced his money. You know what I mean? Like he mismanaged his money. Sorry. I was never talking about your teeth and you going bankrupt. That would never happen on this show. You got to watch the show, bro, to understand. Stop, you know what I mean? Stop assuming. So I wanted to make that clear.
And I just gotta say one last thing, Cam.
Jumping out the window.
I gotta say one last thing. Dame you have my number. That's what you tell everybody. You have my number. Call me. Don't call my son. Like you said on your video, don't call my son. You call me. You got my number. Man to man, you call me. Straight up.
PT, yo, P, how you get involved, P?
I don't know.
what you do, P?
I didn't do nothing. I thought I always tell you when you're wrong.
That's a fact.
Like you tell me when I'm wrong.
That's a fact.
And I also call and tell you when he calls me.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm getting involved. And just for the record, Cam doesn't always answer my phone calls neither. I don't feel no way. Because I know he's gonna call me back at some time. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't know how any of you guys got in this, man. I feel so bad. Y'all guys are guilty by association, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll say this, bro. And this is, to me, to be totally honest with you, I don't even feel right going back and forth with Dame. The shit is just too stupid, to be honest with you. But to me, this has been one big setup. I will say that. I think this whole shit from the jump is a setup, bro. The nigga, and this is what he does, right? And I said this before, but I'm gonna reiterate it since this is lingering and going on. Dame is beefing with 50 Cent on the internet. I bump into 50 Cent. 50 Cent sees me and be like, "Killer, what's up, nigga? Getting some money. You know how niggas, oh nigga, what you used to do back in the days, pat nigga pocket, you getting that money? Cool. Me and 50 good. We ain't got no problem." Dame calls me and says, "Yo, I seen 50. How you gonna let him pap you up?" This is verbatim what Dame said. I'm telling the audience verbatim. "Yo, I seen 50, you and 50. How you gonna let him pap your pockets? That ain't Harlem. You down with the Pap Pap Club? How you down with the Pap Pap Club? Let a nigga pat your pockets."
To Dame Dash, who said 50 Cent pat Camron on his ass.
Me and Dame, we be going through these little speak and don't speak, but I love that nigga, and I don't let niggas talk about Dame around me. He called me, he like, "Yo, you down with the Pap Pap Club?"
So why are you giving you the pat pat?
And I'm like, "What are you talking about, Dame?"
Since when there's a pound, when they see each other, they smacking each other on the hips.
I said, "It wasn't nothing, it was all good."
50 patted him on his hips twice. He gave him a pat pat. What's that all about? Do you say stop? What do you do when a strong ass nigga with a tight suit smacks you on the ass?
This nigga Dame is crazy.
We're not in the pat pat club.
He says, "You mind if I talk about it?" "I don't care, dude. Whatever you want to do." Yo, Cam letting niggas come up and smack him on the ass. You didn't tell me that on the phone, because I would not okay for you to say that niggas is coming up smacking me on the ass. It always goes too far. He violating, bro.
No pat pat.
I said, "Dame, you crazy. Whatever, man. However you want to say it's crazy, man." He says, "Me and 50 going through something on the internet right now. You mind if I bring that up and say that he was paying your pockets?" I say, "Dame, I don't give a fuck. Whatever." Now, mind you, pause this story right there. If you gonna say something about 50 cents, what are you calling me for to get my okay if you're beefing with 50 cents? You shouldn't even have to call me about that if you're gonna be talking about 50 cents. Unpause the story. Dame gets on the blog and says, "Yeah, and this nigga Cam let 50 Cent smack him on the ass. Not the Pap Pap Club, not the pockets. Which, Cam, that ain't Harlem. How you let a nigga smack you on the ass? But then again, what you supposed to do when a big, strong nigga come over and slap you on the ass?" I'm like, bro, that's not what I agreed for you to say. But pause. Think about it. If you was dissing somebody, why would you have to call somebody you not dissing to get permission? That was his backup. So when he said it, I'm like, yo, why would he say that? I called and asked you. I asked you, could I say that? That's not what you asked, could you say, because I wouldn't agree to that. I did not agree to that. You called me about something else. But I didn't say anything. I ignored it. I ignored the whole shit. I just didn't pick up the phone for the nigga because I'm like, bro, I don't know what's up with the nigga. Boom, I ignore that. I'm not even paying it no mind. I ignore it. So now after that, he does another interview. The person asks him, yo, do you feel that people should look out for you more or take care of you? Whatever the verbiage was, you shouldn't have to work no more. And because you put so many people on, the person doing the interview said this: you looked out for Rachel Roy, you looked out for Jay-Z, you looked out for Kanye, you looked out for Kevin Hart. Period. Dame jumps in and says, and Cam, the person didn't even say my name. He threw my name in it. The person didn't even throw me on the list.
Like, I should never have to ask for nothing.
Yeah, you're right, man. You put a lot of people on, man. Nobody can front on that, man. Jay, Kanye, Kevin Hart, them three alone, man. Superstar names.
Lee Daniels, Camron, Rachel Roy, you know, like you say, it's a lot. I don't really know about Kevin, but most of them had to like do things that I don't respect to get where they had to go. You understand? Like where it's like they'll be ashamed. Like they've done things where I can't be around.
Why am I in it? Yo, bro, it seemed like you want a problem with me. I'm ignoring the whole shit. So then I made a comment. I say, yo, Dame's my bro. This is my man. Look, Dame would be super duper up. I think he just mismanages his money. Because Dame would tell you he had the museum walls in his house. He took a jet here, pop tags. He don't wear the same jersey 2 times. If you wear socks twice, you a bum. This is all over the years. You know what I'm saying? I said, Dame mismanages his money. Like right now, he just filed for a $23 million bankruptcy. If that's not mismanaging your money, I don't know what is. But at the end of the day, cool. I just said that I didn't diss him or nothing. I said, Dame, if he would be super up. Next thing he do another interview. Niggas talk about niggas' money. That's what girls do. That's girly shit right there. That's girly shit. So I'm like, this is becoming a pattern when he's doing interviews. So then he does another interview and says, yo, Cam don't support nothing I do. He don't support Honor Up. Then he puts out the 8-track album. He don't support that. That's when I said, okay, enough's enough. Yo, that's when I gave my opinion on the Honor Up movie. I didn't diss him. I said it was whack. I didn't like it. And I told him why I didn't support the 8-track album. Boom. That's what he wanted. He explodes. He goes crazy after this. I put Cam on. Niggas snuff Cam. He ain't do this. I'm the one who took care of Cam. Da 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 da. Send you a yes man. Larry, you a yes man. PT, you won't be telling them the right thing to do. On and on and on for an hour, 2 hours. And I'm like, bro, this nigga lied me because the first thing that ever came out, you called me back to the beginning. You lined me up. You called to diss 50, but diss me. And because I ignored you, you kept going until I did not ignore you. And then when I said something purely about not liking Honor Up and how we filmed the movie Honor Up, you exploded. So you lied me. That's how I take it, my nigga. I was ignoring you even though you dissed me 2-3 times. Finally, when I say something, you've been wanting to get all this off your chest. And I feel good that you got all this off your chest. Paul, this shit that you've been wanting to say. You talk about bleak your ops. You using the word ops, B? Like, yo, it's crazy. What are you talking about, man? The thing about it is this, like this, and I get everybody ain't there. And even on Bleak's show, I talked about, Bleak did an interview with me. I'm getting ready to be on his podcast as well. It's like certain people, and I guess Dame's not there, to where when you have problems with people, I figure it's so long ago or so old that you be like, yo, we over it. We done got some more money. We still alive. Niggas still here. Niggas ain't dead. We could talk about old shit. And that's where me and Bleak was at. He talking about I'm interviewing his ops. I'm like, you got beef with Bleak? Look, think about this, Sin, right? Larry P. Think about this, right? Memphis Bleak has a billionaires, the richest musician in America ever, on line 1. And he's sitting down with me where we have known rap beef, talking about Jay-Z or whatever. Jay-Z ain't thinking about that shit because Bleak wouldn't have even did the interview. You get what I'm saying?
Not at all.
At all. At all. So if Jay-Z not tripping and Bleak not tripping, what are you so mad about, bro? Everybody got over it. And I understand what you said. Well, I ain't over it because maybe you're in the position that you're in. Pause. Because if you was doing better, you wouldn't give a fuck. You'd be like, man, that nigga just talking. They doing interviews talking about old times, this, that, and the third. Ain't nobody die. Ain't nobody get shot. Ain't nobody get beat up. Ain't nobody get hurt. You can talk about it. Now, if somebody put hands on somebody got shot, somebody got stabbed, I get it. This was all pure rap beef, talking, and then niggas got over it. To the point where Sin was telling me, he was talking about when I did the concert with Jay-Z. I thought that was dope that niggas could squash their differences and do a concert. Dame turns it into a joke because Jay-Z still ain't picking up. Oh, y'all the bow tie twins. He made you dress up like him. He made you dress up like him. But before I did that, Dame is in this dark ass room apologizing to Jay-Z, Leor, Steve Stout. Matter of fact, Nick, let's go to the clip.
None of my business. I have no beef with anybody. Pause. I'm looking past it. So Jay-Z, if I've offended you, I apologize. Leor Cohen, if I offended you, I apologize. Steve Stout, if I've offended you, I apologize. Just because you don't have the same morals and principles, it's cool. I'm not angry no more. I do what I had to do. And Biggs, I'm sorry, bro, if I offended you. Whatever you're doing, I'm with it. I love you, man. And I know you're mad at me, but whatever. I'm sorry. I can admit it. You know, when I make some money, I'll send you something. Just because you're my brother, I love your family.
Damn, I did that concert after you made, like 5 days after you made that apology. So I see you sniffling in this dark ass room crying, saying you sorry. I'm like, okay, he ain't got no problem with niggas. Good, let's move on. Do the concert. After I do the concert, I'm the bow tie twins and the champagne brothers. and I'm a sucker.
Why you gotta say he's sniffling? See what you doing? You antagonize. Don't say sniffle. Why you gotta say sniffle?
Want me to pull the clip back up? I pull the clip. I have Nick playing 2 times. He in there sniffling. Listen, Sin, you talking about I'm antagonizing. When we watched the video the other day, you said, yo, you could see it in his eyes. The nigga said, nah, you can only see it in one eye. Can't see it in his eyes. We see it in
Yo, that's messed up, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. That's kind of messed up, bro. That's hilarious.
in his eye.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope his health is good, man. I hope his health is
no.
good.
Not dead ass. I hope his health is good too, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like my nigga, God forbid I'm ever in that situation, which I don't want him to be in no bad situation either. But nigga, everybody in this room, including you, Sin, even though you're on Zoom, is gonna be like, yo, Flea, I think you need to wait to do this interview, nigga. Jibs falling out. Nah. I would have knocked the camera over if one of my friends tried to do that shit. Knock the camera, hit the lights, punch it into yo. Nah, we not doing this, bro. You can't come on TV like this. This is wild. Who tells them to take your TV out mid-interview? Who does that? Like, yo, bro, who are you around? You talking about yes men. Nobody I with would allow me to do that. And if they did, they suckers. I'd be like, yo, you
super suckers.
I'd be like, yo, P, you a sucker. I didn't know I was gonna look like that, nigga. Fuck you. Yo, yes, man. Let's think about this, man. Before I finish to this story, like, I've seen somebody say, right, and this is, and let's not get it fucked up. They help mad people, bro. Mad people, whether it's not just musicians, people who's in power now who got president jobs and A&R jobs and the head of music, like not just like, we always use the usual suspects, the Camrons, the Kanye's, the Jay-Z's, the Kevin Hart's, the Rachel Roy's. It is a plethora of people, corporate people working right now because of them. It's the president of this, I ain't gonna say their name, the president of this company, or the vice president of this company, or the head of A&R for this, or the head of video for this. I'm not like, I could name all the names. I'm not. Dame helped all these people out. And for every last one of these people not to be speaking to Dame, let's think about this. All these people you looked out for, helped out, or y'all did together. No, can't just say Dame put you on without your hustle. You work with Why none of these people fuck with you? I was the last one. Everybody just be like, nah, enough's enough for the crazy. I'm be like, nah, that's my nigga. So everybody you help, nobody fucks with you? Out of everybody you help? Does that say more about them or does that say more about him? That's the real question. You get what I'm saying? So
you and Charlamagne the God twins?
Yeah, I seen that too. Charlamagne the God had a post, and somebody sent it to me too. That talking about look at his new buddy. Yo, bro, I didn't tell Charlamagne to say this. I didn't tell Wayno to say this. This is just their opinion, my nigga. I haven't even spoke to Charlamagne in I don't know how long. And me and Charlamagne and Wayno, we all good. But I'm just saying, anybody who has something to say, you attack them, but you attack everybody. You're allowed to say anything about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I've never known Dame to be a liar. But the way he was mixing the truth with the lies, bro, that's really, really, really disappointing to see how he was mixing the lies with the truth. And I'm like, bro, I didn't know this nigga was a liar too. He never lied, man. For instance, right? Just one of the scenarios. He was like, yo.
This is kind of why Camron seems to be a little more believable, just because he will admit when he's wrong, and he could admit when Dame Dash has done things for people, and Dame Dash is, done for him, and he'll give props where it's due and credit where it's due. So it don't seem like he'll just all of a sudden lie and saying Dame is lying when he's saying and admitting that he's a truth teller. But this time he lied. It's hard to see that if he's a genuine person, that he's being disingenuous, because he already gave a man his flowers and props and complimented him on his integrity about him being a man about things. So it's pretty interesting.
Look, this is how this went. And Mace, I don't want to say he don't fuck with Dame, but they just don't have the best relationship. When we seen that Dame owe $800,000 to a debt, or these people would get his third of Rockefeller. Mace was like, yo, nah, bro. Come on, B. That's Dame, bro. Word to everything I love. He like, that's Dame. And he don't even, like I said, they don't have the best relationship. He's like, nah, tell him, he's like, yo, you want to go 5-5? We can't let this nigga go out like that. So I called Dame. I say, yo, Mace wanna help out. So he's like, we got $1 million. He's like, well, I don't know, because young boy NBA called me up. He got $2 million. We like, all right, cool. Like, we just wanted to get you out the news for looking bad. So I guess the young boy NBA thing fell out. So Mace called back the next day. Yo, see what he want to do. He like, yo, just wait on it. Wait on it. I might got another deal. So Mace like, yo, bro, he said, you got $1 million today in your account today. Today. Hold on, I might got a deal for $6 million. I'm like, all right, cool. Dame waits 3 weeks to call back and says, yo, what's up? What's up? Y'all want to bust that move? So when I called Beth back, Beth like, nah, man, the deal's off. We ain't doing it. He waited 3 weeks. So I said, Dame, Mace ain't picking up. I just said like that. I said, I don't think he want to do it. He tries to use reverse psychology on me and be like, oh, you gotta wait for that nigga to bust a move. Oh, you can't bust your own moves. I feel you. I feel you can't bust your own moves. No, I can't, Dame. I can't bust my own moves. I'm not feeding into that. No, I can't. I had 500,000. Mace had 500,000. And no, I don't have $1 million to give you for that, because the thing about it was this. We were saying to this, if we found a way to make more money off of it, me and Mace was saying, once we get our $1 million back, we're willing to give, let's say we sold it for $2 million. Give us our $1 million and we'll bust the other $1 million down with you, just so he can have some bread. Like we didn't really need it. And we came on, and don't get it fucked up. Me and Mace came on the show a couple of times, like, yeah, we got the Rockefeller shit. But we trying to do a TV show. You know what I'm saying? We're doing this for entertainment purposes. But behind closed doors, you know, we wasn't really trying to get at Jay-Z and none of that shit. We're just entertaining. But behind closed doors, we really was trying to give you the money so you could get the fuck out the news for owing $800,000. We felt embarrassed for you. And think about this. Like I said, Beth don't got the rest relationship with you. So for him to call me and be like, nah, this shit ain't right, bro. Cool. So 3 weeks pass. He want to do it. Beth is off the joint. And I'm like, good, because I didn't want to do it anyway, because I thought it was a bad investment. What I would have done if shit ain't go right is been like, yo, Biggs, what you want to do, man? Like, and that's straight up and down. Whether Dame likes that or not, and he'll come back on and be like, good, I'm glad I didn't sell it to y'all, because Biggs didn't even have it or whatever. It would have been the right thing to do. Because what people don't know, Sin, P, Larry, is that Jay-Z offered him $1.5 million for the third before anybody. For the other third of Rockefeller, he got offered $1.5 million from Jay-Z or Biggs or whoever, or a combination. He like, nah, I'm not selling to them niggas. Fuck that. He didn't want them to have it. So before I came around, Drake, NBA Youngboy, he had a deal from Jay-Z and Biggs to buy it, but he didn't want to sell it to them because it was them. However you feel about it, I can't knock it. I can't get in a business. I'm not in the Rockefeller, Biggs, Day and Jane business, but he was that stubborn not to buy it. And after all that gambling, nobody ended up getting it. So you had 1.5 on the table. You had a guaranteed $1 million from me and Mace on the table. And then you gamble trying to get $6 million. You talking about Drake is calling you. All these other people that are supposed to call you never followed through. And the deal fell through. And now you sitting there saying that we never want the help. That's a lie. That's a lie. Go ahead, son. You got something to say?
He did say, when you mentioned Biggs and Jay, he is on his campaign like you broke them up. And now you're laughing about it. You know what I mean? Like I seen him say that, but he don't know we talked about it on the show, and you was like, yo, I did jump out the window. Like I was excited or whatever. So he thinks you're making fun of it.
I'm not making fun of it. I'm saying, let's think about this. I'm not saying I'm not using the word contribute. Part of what I rushed and said I was going to be the vice president, because like he said, not president, vice president. That I may have rushed and said that. But if you want to be serious about it, let's think about this, bro. You shot the movie Death of a Dynasty. Why would you shoot the movie? Y'all were the dynasty, and then you shoot a movie called Death of a Dynasty? What are you told? Why would you do that? You told me. Now, if you want to be technical, see, it's a lot of personal shit I'm not going to do. I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to do it. But I will say this one. You told me you stopped fucking with Jay because he didn't want to pay Biggs no more. You like, this nigga don't even want to pay Biggs no more, so I can't fuck with the nigga. Then you say in another interview, you stopped fucking with Jay because you knew it was over when he stopped playing the pause game. What is it, Dame? You go, it's 100 reasons why this shit didn't go right. So I'm not sitting there saying that me announcing that didn't hurt the situation, but you told me 3, 4 different things. And not only told me 3, 4 different things, you're on the internet saying 1 million different things of why it broke up. Now, me and Bleak had a conversation about it because me and Bleak are in great space right now. Like I said, I'm sorry if you're not. And if you are, great for you. But we're mature enough to have a conversation on why things may have went bad. This is all shit from 20 years ago. If you haven't recovered from the shit from 20 years ago, I get it. This is why I say I'm not even mad at you for getting all this off your chest. This sounds like this been on your chest pause for 20 years. Get it out. But you took mad personal shots at me, bro. You did mad personal shots that had nothing to do with that. And I don't mind. It's no problem. I don't mind snapping. I thought we were snapping. But once I said I didn't like Honor Up, this nigga got personal. But to me, it was all a setup anyway. From the very beginning, it was one, yeah, I'll use Honor Up to say everything I really want to say. That's what I'm saying. You lied me. And then when I get a little fleeish, I'll use, I'm a sucker. I go too far. This, that, and the third. Bro, I ignored you for wild interviews. And then I say honor up his whack and he go on this campaign. That's what happened, bro.
Were you mad, or were you were snapping the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Am I or?
When I,
Okay.
so when I say
like
snapping,
he's mad and
yeah, no, like, bro, I can't. It don't even feel right going back and forth with him, especially in this condition. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know if his health is good or whatever, and I wish him. I hope his health is good. But this is the part I'm talking about as his man. You come talking about me with an eye patch and no top teeth. I gotta take it easy. I don't know how this work, bro.
Shoes on the other foot, he'd have roasted you.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say, my nigga. I can make mad jokes. I'm not going to do it, bro. I put some jokes on my page. That's what I'm saying. When on my page I was snapping, but he getting so personal. I'm like, bro. That's why I put on my page, like, bro. I put up the family therapy shit. I'm like, yo, bro, you called your kids clowns on TV. You dissing your brothers on TV, on WeTV and VH1. That's another thing he like that I heard he said. Talking about Cam want to work for Revolt. I was trying to buy Revolt. I don't work for Revolt. Shout out to Revolt, which is great partners. I license my show to them, which I own. And they've been great partners. Then the next thing is, once I say that, well, you don't want to pass the plug. Yo, bro, you never gonna win. You never gonna win. You talking about you trying to buy Revolt, bro? Come on, let's be realistic, my nigga. Okay.
It's to the public. That's why I wanted you to clear all this up, because to the public, it's looking like you was ungrateful.
Mm-hmm.
And then the way he made it seem like, well, damn, did you really not fuck with me all this time? Because you broke my company up. So that's why you definitely need to touch all bases of what he said. Because it's looking like you was ungrateful. He put you on. And I actually agree with Dame when he said the people he put on should, look out for him. So that was, I guess the yes man didn't agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, we wasn't on the same page with that. But it's just looking like he was you ungrateful.
Listen, if you go back and look at every interview I've done over the last 30 years, 20-something years, all I do is give Dame props. All I do, every interview. He even posted on his page an interview of me giving him props. When I went and did for Black Enterprise, he posted it on his page. All I do is give him props for the last 20-something years. That's why I say he lied me.
So it seemed like Camron is definitely genuine, because a lot of the stuff that he's saying is very detailed, and it's hard to kind of make out a lie if it's so verbatim and very descriptive detail like this. It's hard to really think that he's lying. It's hard to really take Dame serious, because it sounds like the same thing he's saying Dame has said and done, and we've seen it on footages and with other people in their relationships. And it does sound like Dame, and it sounds exactly like him. He's very petty. He's very he's a God complex about him. But let's get into this clip, man. Let me know what y'all think. We're gonna wrap this up. Give me your thoughts and opinions on this, man. Camron seems really convincing and believable. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The way he goes into the story, Dame doesn't really do that, and he attributes it because he's not a chatty patty. He says it's just because it's what men don't do, and he's a boss, and he talks differently in different type of conversations. It's not like the traditional ways of talking like these guys. He feels like he's separates himself, but it still doesn't make sense, because everything you say, it just all kind of sounds like you brush over it whenever Camron is saying the truth. But Camron will go over it, but I think it's definitely true.
If you go back and look at any interview in the last 20 years, all I do is give this man props. So when this whole thing happened with him beefing with 50 and then he dissed me and I ignore it, then he dissed me again and I ignore it, and then he dissed me again and I say something, now all this is coming out. Like, bro, all you got to do, we live in the internet era. Go look at every interview I ever talked about Dame. All I did was give him props. But you're not going to start doing personals, bro. He started getting wild personal, throwing shots about other shit. Even like with you and Larry and shit. Like, he talked about he punched you in, not real punch, but y'all boxing, and you feel away because I put leather to your face and all. Bro, you're getting mad personal, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I can do mad personal shit. Mad personal. I'm like, my nigga. Shit, bad shit, bro. Real bad shit. But I'm not gonna do that. Like I could go somewhere else. I could go really, really somewhere else, and niggas would be like, like, nah, get the fuck out of here. So real shit. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna feed into that. Because certain people aren't here to defend themselves. They're not alive or not around to defend themselves. So I'm not gonna bring up certain shit. But I could go, I can really say some shit that's harmful and hurtful and foul. But I'm not going to do it only because those people don't deserve that. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to do it. But he's taking mad personals. And then when I play the way I play, oh, that ain't gangster. You ain't doing shit. Yo, stop playing with me,
That
bro.
ain't Harlem.
Yeah, that ain't Harlem. This, that, and the third. And so you may have a couple questions to ask me, but I will say this. You keep calling Michelle and talk about, yo, I spoke. And secondly, this, I'm Queen of Harlem. Her name's the Queen of Harlem, but I call her Michelle. And she deserves the name of the Queen of Harlem. She does mad shit for the community. I'm talking about Thanksgiving drives, Christmas drives, $100,000 tournaments, juice bars. I can't even name the list of things she does for Harlem. She's really Harlem, but she's well deserving of that title, the Queen of Harlem. But niggas who know her don't call her the Queen of Harlem. Do niggas go around calling each other their Instagram name? Yo, Sin City 730. Yo, my nigga. What are you talking about? Yo, LS Boss Man Larry. Yo, niggas don't do that, nigga. That's how you don't know her. He keeps mentioning her, and I'm going to tell you this. He talking about, y'all spoke to the Queen of Harlem. Y'all spoke to the Queen of Harlem. This what happened, bro. He met the Queen of Harlem in one of my cribs in New Jersey. She was at my crib and he was at my crib. Both of them. So Michelle looks good. You know what I'm saying? She looks nice. But she's, to me, you know, look at her. She's one of the homies. Like I said, she look out for niggas in jail, all type of shit. She's one of the homies. So he like, yo, what's up with her? I'm like, what's up with her? He like, yo, you think I get one? I said, talk to her. Maybe. I don't fucking know. This is in my house. In my house. So they both leave. Dame calls me and says, yo, what's shorty name? I said, Michelle. He said, call her and tell her if she buy me something, I'll give her some dick. Pause.
Oh, man.
Work everything I love. Work to my dead mother. Swear to God, bro. He said, yo, I said, Dame, I'm not calling her, telling her that. He said, nah, just call her until I said it. I said, I'm not doing that, bro. That's my homegirl. Oh, you can't do that for me? You can't do that for me? All right, fine. Fine, Dame. Yo, Michelle. Yo, Ken, what's good? What's good? I'm sorry to bother you with this. Dame told me to tell you if you buy him something, he'll give you some dick. What? Yo, Ken, what the fuck is? Yo, I know. I'm sorry. What the old nigga lost his mind? Fuck wrong with that old nigga? Tell him I said he bugging. I said I knew you would say it, but he put pressure on me. I'm sorry I even called you with it.
Yo, so if y'all don't know who he's talking about Queen of Harlem, this beautiful sister right here, and she was an entrepreneur and giving out charities, 100,000 in juice bars with locks and all of that, man, being a philanthropist. Let's get back into the clip, man. We're going to end it. We're going to wrap it up on this last part of this clip, man. This story is pretty bizarre, man. You know, we love Dame Dash and that whole Camron saga sequel, man, because they created a lot of memories, man. Propelled a lot of the momentum for the hip hop where it is today. People don't know, man. Camron has been around for a very long time, almost 40 years. He don't seem like it, but he's been around since 1996. Sooner than that, I think even like 95. So Camron, there's a lot of layers on us, a big library, man, in that whole organization. Let's get into it, man. A lot of memories. So we're going to wrap it up, man, finish the rest of this. But that's who the Queen of the Harlem is, and she's the plug. She's the go-to. She's like the sis, and that's what Camron is basically saying. and Dame was just trying to, use his stardom to get in, to smash.
of Harlem and told her, Kim, this, that, third, the Queen of Harlem, Dame, and tell her if she buy me something, I'll give her some dick. Pause.
Oh man.
Word everything I love. Word to my dead mother. Swear to God, bro. He said, yo, I said, Dame, I'm not calling her telling her that. He said, nah, just call her until I said it. I said, I'm not doing that, bro. That's my homegirl. Oh, you can't do that for me? You can't do that for me? All right, fine. Fine, Dame. Yo, Michelle. Yo, Ken, what's good? What's good? I'm sorry to bother you with this. Dame told me to tell you if you buy him something, he'll give you some dick. What? Yo, Ken, what the fuck you? Yo, I know. I'm sorry. What the old nigga lost his mind? Fuck wrong with that old nigga? Tell him I said he bugging. I said, I knew you would say it, but he put pressure on me. I'm sorry I even called you with a click. Yo, Dame, she said you bugging. You out your mind. 3 weeks later, yo, my sister, Queen of Harlem, I'm up here. She do shit for the community.
Yo, man, that dude's hilarious, man. Give me your thoughts and opinions on this, man. This whole story was really interesting, man. If y'all didn't catch the video, catch the beginning, man. But he was saying Dame Dash is old with health issues that just randomly took things personal, and he thought it would stay positive. He thought it would stay lighthearted and like a banter back and forth, but Dame took it personal, man, because Dame actually had his son and his daughter, and they were actually on a reality show, and he was calling his son all kinds of names on Broad TV, and that's just not a good look, man, especially if you're an icon, a global icon, a CEO, a boss that you claim you are. When people see that, man, you talking to your children like that, you just get a different type of perception because nobody told you to talk to your children like that. Nobody told you to broadcast it and put it on national television. It shows how you deal with and chastise your kids, and they're grown adults like this. And it just makes you look pretty. It makes you look pretty weird. It makes you look very egregious when dealing with your children like that, loved ones on national TV like that. Like, what was the point? And they can't get through to you. Nobody can get through to you. You had Ivana. I forget her last name, man. Vangelis, I think is her name. She tried to help him and have an intervention. That didn't work. You went on couples therapy. That didn't work. You went and tried to have an intervention on the Breakfast Club. That didn't work. There's been, and now Camron, there's Jay-Z, constant relationships or business relationships that he's had. It's all been a falling out. And I don't think he sees that he is part of the problem. He's very explosive. He's very emotional. He's very agitated easily. And he's easily triggered. But Dame, he did put on, again, on a lot of people. But I think Cam mentioning his son like that was below the belt. At the same time, these two they're grown men. Cam got a grown son. Dame's got a grown. These are all grown adults. And so Dame got offended that he mentioned his son to it. But at the same time, Camron is saying, hold on, yo, bro, you put your whole business on national TV. Nobody told you to bring your family, put your family on TV for me to humiliate them like that. You brought that on yourself. How are you to throw shots and take aim and throw jokes at me when you got no teeth and you just got a recovering bum eye? And he was like, damn, I felt empathetic. I shouldn't even try to come at my mans like that because we go way back. But Dame is actually taking some super personal shots, and I'm not necessarily feeling that. He basically saying that I work for people and I'm my own boss. Camron has his own studio. He might not own YouTube, but he has his own studio club. He has his house horsepower. He has his own clothing line, all that extra stuff. We know that. But Dame Dash didn't like that, how he's still working for people, and Dame wanted him to see where he is. But Dame Dash is very petty. And for example, Dame Dash went to Kanye's house and brought Camron with him, and he was like, oh, look at Kanye. He's got horse shit. You got dog shit. Dame Dash would throw subtle jabs like that because he's expect more, he expect higher, he expect better. And Camron hasn't really excelled after the whole Dipset dynasty reign. after, in his opinion. He hasn't gotten his own studio. He hasn't had his own production company and his own staff. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. That's some pretty good points. Dame is a real sensitive dude, man, but it seemed like he could take shots, but but when you take him back, like it's a deterrent on how far he can go with it to fire back at you, and that's not really fair, man. Let's keep it all on wax. If you take a shot, I take a shot. Let's keep it fair. Let's keep it fun. Let's keep it cordial and humorous. But Dame seems like he just wants to make the rules whenever and adjust on the fly. And that's really not how things go. You can come to a movie set. He expects you to act. He expects you to be in character. That's not necessarily realistic. That's not fair. That's not life. So Dame is a trip, man. And when you got a God complex like that and you've had millions of dollars like that and been wealthy for a very long time, you think you control things because you've been controlling things for so long. Nobody really tells you no. And so that's where they come into the whole part of him being a yes man. Camron has has been ignoring him, but Dame kept firing out. And then he, when Camron, put mention his son, hey, he's a grown man. That man is in his 30s now, bro. So I get it. People feel how they feel about their children, no matter how old you are. But look, bro, you stepped into the ring, man. And when people see you lashing out on everybody like that, it's not them, it's you. Everybody ain't lying. And it ain't everybody's problem. You're the problem, obviously. So Dame, I think, man, you really need some counseling, man. You really need to continue counseling and get some therapy, man, and work on your temper. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. I'll get to y'all later on the next video. Talk to y'all soon. Peace. And also subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel, man. We're on the way to 500. Let's get it.